Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan, and welcome to my plan with me for March 27th through April 2nd. Today I'm planning in an Erin Condren Hourly Life Planner, and right now these guys are 60% off for the 2023 calendar year. And I have a link for you down in the video description, as well as a $10 off referral link for anyone who is new to Erin Condren. I'm going to decorate my planner with a Design Lovely Studio kit called Spring is Here. And there were many sheets available in this kit, but I only cut the ones that I thought I would put to good use this week. So this one is the event boxes. This is the washi and date covers. And here is a bit of deco and a weekend banner and some full decorative boxes. I love the spring coming out of a typewriter with a wreath of flowers around it box. So I think I would like to make this the focal point over here on the top of the sidebar underneath March. Now I have two choices with the washi. I can use this thick strip or the skinny strip, and I think the thick one would look nice up here at the top since I really don't get up that early. And then we'll put the skinny strip probably down at the bottom. And this week I'm going to actually use my handy scraper tool correctly. In other words, I won't have the blade turned around where I'm using the blunt side. I did that not once, not twice, but I think 3 times in my last week's video. Oh, look. Okay, somebody wasn't paying attention. This one is already cut for this side, so I'm going to have to just piece this together. Oh my goodness, wasn't paying attention. That there was already a short strip that I should have used on the left side. So we are going to just see if this will work. Taking that portion I cut off and putting it back on. Sort of, yeah. I just need to trim that little bit off the edge. You know, you just need to pay attention, people. That's all it is. Need to pay attention. Okay, so I had a request in my Facebook group for a story time idea. And story time is just me chatting while I plan. So Nadia suggested that maybe I could talk about how I got into playing the piano, because I'm a piano teacher. And she thought it would be interesting to know. And so hopefully someone else will also think that's interesting. So let's talk about how I got into playing piano. Let me think of how I did. Okay, so my family is a musical family. My dad is a retired band director, and my mother has always enjoyed music. She was in the band herself. We've talked about that during previous story times. And she also loves to sing in the church choir and a community choir. She loves all that. So I have a musical family. And we had a piano in our house the entire time that I was growing up. And so I didn't start piano lessons until I was 7 years old, which is a pretty average time to start piano lessons in my experience. And my sister started at the same time. She was 5, I was 7. Honestly, I think my sister was too young for it, just because our piano teacher was not one of these playful types. She was old school. And we had hour-long lessons, which is, I think, too long for a little person, unless they are extremely engaged and into it being that long. We just wanted to watch cartoons instead of going to our piano lessons. And our lessons were on Saturday mornings. And that is a bummer for any normal kid in the 1970s, because Saturday morning is the only time when you can watch cartoons. And this was before we had cable TV. And there were some stations like TBS that had, am I going backwards? Yes, 27, 28, 26. Yes. Okay, good job. So in the 70s, we had Saturday morning cartoons, and that was it. We didn't have cartoons other days of the week. So we had to go to piano lessons at 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. That was not even fun, but we did get to take turns watching our piano teacher's television in her rec room down in her basement. And she had ABC, which we did not. So there was a bit of a perk there. It was just terrible for the 1 hour that we were, if it was our turn to be upstairs having the piano lesson. That was the terrible part. And then the good part was being downstairs in her den watching Schoolhouse Rock, which was on ABC, and some other cartoons that we didn't have at our own house, where we just had NBC and CBS. And those had plenty of cartoons, but we were a fan of the ABC cartoons that we couldn't get at home. So that part was good. So I took piano lessons from the time that I was 7 years old until I was in high school with the same teacher. And our teacher was a fantastic musician, and I will say that she was not necessarily what I would consider good with children, but she was a fantastic musician. And so it was considered a bit of a status symbol in a way to take piano lessons with this particular teacher. And so I learned quite a bit, learned how to play the piano, not the sort of piano that I wanted to play. It was all classical and music that was considered appropriate learning in a traditional piano lesson setting. And, you know, nowadays I let kids study any type of music that motivates them, honestly. I try to expose them to all sorts of music, but it really just comes down to what motivates them, what is going to get them to the piano at home to practice. And for some kids, it is classical music, but for others, it's pop music or music that they could play at church. This, by the way, is a roll of washi tape that I just got in the mail. It came in a set, and it's got, what else? This one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and maybe one more, because I think one fell off the desk. But this was in a set that I got on Amazon, and if I can remember, I'll put the link to this down in the video description. But it goes really well with that Erin Condren washi tape that was in the spring seasonal surprise box. And it also goes well. I almost used this, which was one that I got from Stationery Pal. Look at all the tape you get on that roll. These don't have as much on them. But I thought this pattern in pink would be the best compliment. So anyway, took piano lessons all through school and high school. I asked to quit more times than I can count. And so just because a child says they want to quit piano doesn't necessarily mean it's a good idea for them to quit piano. It's just that no matter what your skill level, talent level, natural ability might be, taking piano lessons is work. It's not just sitting down and playing beautiful things effortlessly. It is work, and it is something that takes a bit of discipline. Self-discipline, or else parents nudging you along to get to the piano and practice, because it's hard. It's hard. No matter what anybody says on YouTube, it's hard to learn to play the piano. After a few years, my sister quit. Her complaints were met with the sort of answer that I wanted my complaints to be met with. She was allowed to quit. And now, of course, she thinks that was a mistake. She should not have been allowed to quit. Honestly, if I had been my own piano teacher, not to brag, but I would have loved piano, because I would get to play the sort of music that I want to play, and maybe supplement that with some stuff that is more educational and not necessarily my favorite thing. I'm just playing right now, holding this up. but I think I would have loved it because I'm the sort of teacher who really does try to find the sort of music that motivates students to practice. Whatever that music is, it works for me. Okay, I took a look at my digital calendar to see what exactly is on the agenda. I am going to film my April setup plan with me on Tuesday. So that's going to take a good chunk of time, and it's probably going to be right smack in the middle of the day. So let's just use a full box for that, and then I'll write something on one of the event boxes in a moment. So there are no piano lessons this week. I am on spring break. This is my planner going, woo! I am on spring break this week. Love my students, but I also love having a break to get energized for the final weeks of the semester. Okay, so let's put Mom Day. We have 3 of those. Let's put Mom Day on this, and this. And Mom gets a little heart icon whenever I remember to give her one. She loves little hearts on everything. And that's not my handwriting. That is Jen Plan's handwriting. And I used her font, which you can get at Etsy, to make some stickers that say Mom Day. And Mom Day will be right about here on Monday. On Wednesday, same thing. I'm going to get so much done. I know it's spring break, but we're not going on vacation. My husband is so bummed out about that. We are not going on vacation. Instead, I'm going to be knocking out those April deadlines I keep talking about. And at some point, I'll tell you what they all were. But that's what's going to be happening here and in the afternoons when I would normally be teaching piano. So there are these 3 little event stickers in addition to these, and there are a whole bunch more actually in this kit, but this is what I printed. This is what I will put on top of this full box for filming my April setup plan with me. Okay, so let's fast forward to high school. I was wanting to get a job when I was in high school, and most of my friends had jobs like flipping burgers at the local fast food place, whatever that was. I know my best friend worked at Hardee's and she worked at Wendy's. She even got to make a commercial for Wendy's, and I was super jealous of that. When I was in high school, my dad talked to the owner of a local music store, and I don't know whose idea it was, but I ended up being offered a job to teach piano at this music store. And I would take only beginning piano students because I was an inexperienced teacher. In fact, I was not a teacher at all. I was a student myself, but I was advanced enough that I could start learning how to teach piano. So that was my first job. It was piano teacher at the local music store, which is a pretty neat job for a high schooler. So that's when I got a taste of teaching, and I sort of liked it. I sort of didn't like it. Let's fill in some time with some more of these full boxes. And normally these will be great to block out the hours for piano lessons, but since I don't have piano lessons, I'm just going to scatter them about, especially where I feel like there's going to be an extended amount of stuff beyond an event sticker. Look at this phone booth. It says "Call Me" up at the top. That's adorable. And it's got a basket of flowers, and then you've got the news here. You've got some friends in the park with their spring frocks on, and then a bicycle with a basket of flowers, and it looks like it's outside of a pastry cafe of some kind. So we're going to try to use a bunch of those. So anyway, sometimes didn't like it, sometimes did. So let's fast forward. I was not 100% decisive about becoming a piano teacher. I really waffled on that quite a bit. In fact, I entertained the idea of becoming a computer programmer, if you can imagine that. But finally, to just condense this story a bit, I did settle on getting a music degree after changing majors a few times, and I did teach piano before I got that degree, and I continue to teach it now after, it's been so many years, I don't even know how many years I've been teaching piano. But I've definitely, I think, honed my craft. I know what I'm doing. I know what I like to do. I know what sort of student I like to teach. For example, I'm not a big fan of teaching adults to play piano. You would think maybe it would be the opposite, because you wouldn't maybe need as much patience to teach an adult. there wouldn't really be behavioral issues or inside voice issues like I've talked about before. But still, I prefer teaching little ones. I really do prefer it. I love to teach children. Let's use this sticker for filming my plan with me because you guys are my planner friends. So this is going to be us, okay? This is us in our spring frocks. Just walking around a beautiful park with lots of blooms everywhere. So this is going to be my filming space. I also do laundry during that time. The kit has this neat planning sesh sticker that has a picture of a planner with it, and that's perfect. We will just know that that means film plan with me. I have put a Mama Gloria Shop washing machine on a matching sticker that goes with this one. And I also have a basket of laundry, and I'm just going to write do laundry and then kind of put this in the foreground. Let's place it on here and then put that other sticker on. So that's going to consume my Saturday. Yesterday would have been my typical day to film and do laundry. However, I had a piano festival that took up most of the day. Monday is my car care day, so I'm going to use the little Mama Gloria Shop gas pump, and what I'm going to do is just put gas in the car and take the car through the car wash. There we go. On Monday, I am expecting some happy mail, and if all goes well, it will be my order from the Erin Condren warehouse sale, which is still going on. So if you haven't gotten anything from that sale and you want to, you haven't missed your chance. And what I got was well, I should do an unboxing video, but sometimes I say I'm going to do that and then I run out of time. So I'll just tell you what I got. I ordered a vertical life planner, and that's because they're 60% off. And I know I've always said that vertical is the one layout that I have the hardest time with, but I just want to try it again. I want to master that layout. But anyway, if I don't like it, no worries. I've just paid the 60% off price, and I could always give it to somebody else to use. But I did order, now this sticker right here that says notes, I just love it, and I just want to use it. So let's put it with a box for no good reason, and I will find something to write in there. Let's use it with a color that is not quite matchy-matchy. Let's just put it right here because it's cute. Okay, so I also ordered a special edition notebook that I think it's like watercolor flowers, but I can't quite remember. I'm going to have to check that. I ordered a roll of Hours washi tape that honestly I may already have. In fact, let's just check. No, I don't already have it. This is the Hours washi tape that I do have, and it does not line up the way I want it to. Like, what I really want is what I think I got, which is hourly washi tape that has the hours spread this far apart so that I can maybe change the starting hour of the day to, instead of 6 a.m., which I don't need at all, change it to 9 or something. Also, it might go with the vertical planner, so I could add hours to that if I wanted to. And I think that's, no, I got a set of snap-in bookmarks like these, except I got them in Flower Power, and I think I already have some Flower Power ones somewhere, but I can't find them, so I ordered some of those because they were so cheap. Maybe just like $2 or something. I can't remember, but it was really cheap. So I went for that. And so Thursday needs to be this is a filming day. Thursday needs to be an April goals time, April deadlines, and so does all of my normal piano time. Really needs to be that. So I'm just going to grab some skinny washi that'll go with this. I think the polka dots. Let's try that. Oh, looks like I've never ever used this one. This was one that a friend gave me. Do you guys remember when I did a video on the the surprise haul of stuff that I did not order. It was just stuff that a friend was destashing and gave to me. And it was awesome. She had so much planner stuff. I had no idea that she had gone down the rabbit hole that far, but she did. And then she regretted it or changed her mind and just, she knew that I was still down in that hole and she gave it to me. All right, I like that. And let's do the same thing with our evenings or with the piano hours. I'm going to get so much done. I get excited about that. You know, some people get excited because they're going to go to the beach during spring break. I get excited because I'm going to knock out some deadlines. I don't know if I'm a workaholic, though. I don't think I'm a workaholic. I just get excited to do that. I feel like, along with the event sticker, we need to put some full boxes because they're just so pretty. So let's put the phone booth here. And then I'm also going to put an event sticker. And what else do we like? I like the bicycle a lot. That could go here. I don't know, it might be too much. Let's just put the bicycle here on Sunday. And then we'll use, oh look, there are these that are decorative, but also you could write on them. And this one. I should write on these before I put them on, but it's too late. And then this one. That is beautiful. And then we need to put one with this. Yeah, I like that. I just wrote April deadlines on each one of those. And that just means get to work. Let's get it done so we can have some fun. I think we ought to use the lazy day and the relax on Sunday. These are really pretty. I could use this week one for my memory verse, like pretend it has an apostrophe S. This week's memory verse. I've got some memory verse script stickers that I can put with one of these event stickers, like that. Let's see if that looks good under this week. I think so. Okay, so what is the memory verse for this week? We're going to flip back to the March dashboard. Oh boy, it's long. It's long. I'm going to have to write really teeny tiny to fit it in here. But I chose this one to go with Palm Sunday because this Sunday is Palm Sunday. So in the Bible, this correlates to Palm Sunday. It says, go into the village opposite you. Now, Jesus is saying this. Go into the village opposite you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied and a colt with her. Loose them and bring them to me. And if anyone says anything to you, you shall say, the Lord has need of them, and immediately he will send them. Matthew 21, verses 2 and 3. So I need to write that on my acrylic board, and then I'll do that first, and then I'll copy it off of the acrylic board onto the sidebar. And as I go through the week, I will practice writing that memory verse in my compact vertical planner. And I have a whole other video that's going to go up showing how I set up the compact vertical for writing my memory verse each day. You know what? There were 3 hearts with this kit that I didn't see. I just overlooked them. So I'm going to put my Little Mama Gloria Shop hearts on top of the ones that came with this kit and see what that looks like. Because why not use them? Or just 3, exactly. And it was tough to get that memory verse into the sidebar after I'd used up so much space up there at the top. But with a little whiting out and an event sticker, I was able to finish the verse. Had me nervous there for a second. I bet you were feeling it. All right, so up until now, the week number has coincided with the lesson number. But since I'm on spring break, there's no lesson number. So last week was lesson 11. No, it was 12. Lesson 12. So this, and it was week 12. So this is week 13. I'm going to go ahead and just put that up there for fun to keep track of how many weeks we have lived of 2023. And maybe just a little icon of some kind. The little paper clips are cute. I want to use that whether I write, oh, look how cute that is. I'll hold it up for you. That is really cute. I could just write week 13 right here. There we go. And all of the writing that I did was with my Erin Condren pen from the 12 Days of Writing Tools. But it's just like this one that came in the fall seasonal surprise box last year. And I believe it's also just like a Sharpie roller. And doesn't look like it on the outside. But when you open it, it's the very same thing. And it might be the same thing as a Pilot Precise, but I have yet to check that. So here is a slow motion look at everything up close. And like I said before, I will have another video going up in my compact vertical life planner, and that one is just going to be decorating and setting it up to write this really long memory verse every day. So I probably won't be decorating it as much as I did last week, because I've got to leave a lot of room. Okay, so what I like to do at the end of my weekly plan with me is say a prayer for the upcoming week, and I invite you to join me if you would like to. Heavenly Father, thank you for my planner friends who are joining with me now in prayer. We join hands virtually across space and time to unite in lifting our hearts up to you. Forgive us for anything that has not been right in our lives, and put us on the right path toward fulfilling the purpose that you have for us here on earth. Bless each of us with exactly what it is that you see we need. Give us grateful hearts that are trained to see the gifts that you give us every single day. Ease the suffering of your children when they're coping with illness, disease, or pain. Lighten the loads of those who carry heavy burdens. Bring gladness and laughter to those who are lonely or depressed. Bring your will to pass in every nation, and give courage and determination to those who are carrying out your plans across the globe. Make systems of evil and corruption crumble from their foundations, and put righteousness in their place. Guard our hearts from evil, and make us vigilant to reject base impulses and temptations. Set us apart as your own, even as we live among the lost, and may your Spirit use us as vehicles of love and truth, so that others might be drawn nearer to you for having spent time with us. Be with our loved ones and protect them from harm. In Jesus' name we ask it. Amen. Well, friends, that's going to do it for me. I thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to my little piano story time. Thank you for the idea, Nadia. And if you guys have any idea for story time, I'm always open to that. So just let me know either in the comments or in my Facebook group, which I invite you to join. It's called Plan Sarah Plans Planner Circle, and we would love to have you. Just be sure to answer the 3 questions. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.